Good evening and thank you for joining us. It's been exactly 1 year since one of Calgary's biggest feeder mains burst, sending water gushing across roads and forcing the city into a state of local emergency. Months of repairs and water restrictions followed. It impacted everyone in the city for weeks, but some communities felt the crisis more than others. Jordan Canagan reports.
A summer in the Garden will hopefully be easier this year for Peter Jeffers and Don Bonag. The longtime Bowness residents were among the thousands in the area completely without water for parts of last summer after a massive feeder main break a year ago.
Just all of a sudden one day the water ended and we had no water and there was no communication from the city for hours.
The first job was to shut off the gushing water, then started months of repairs and investigations. All the while, people had to change up their water usage habits.
Well, you just adjusted, you know. You do what you have to do to get by.
Citywide water restrictions were announced and water wagons rolled into Bowness and Montgomery to help residents who had no supply.
And then there was the boil water advisory for a couple days, and then the water trucks came in. So for the first little bit, we had to make sure that we saved any water that we could and boil everything.
Nearly 30 repairs were completed on the Bears Paw feeder main. A section of pipe was even trucked up to Calgary from San Diego. Water restrictions weren't fully lifted until September. Local businesses are still feeling the impact.
So there was definitely a decline in business, customer focus. It takes time to build that customer base back up, so we're still working through that.
The cause of the rupture found to be micro-cracking on the pipe's outer layer, leading to coiled wires to snap. Then it burst, sending concrete across the road and bringing the issue of aging infrastructure to the forefront.
I think they're trying to play catch up now because they didn't do much previously. And people are getting on top of them because the infrastructure is falling apart.
And Jordan joins us now from the site of the first water main break. So Jordan, how much did the water crisis in all cost?
Oh, Ian, the price tag was quite significant just for the urgent repairs alone. That totaled more than $35 million. But of course, that doesn't capture all of the costs when it comes to damages and the impact to businesses that had to endure those water restrictions for weeks and weeks. And in speaking to those Bowness and Montgomery businesses especially, they say they're still feeling that impact. They're urging people to support local, support these businesses if you can. And they're also hoping, of course, that we don't experience another water crisis like this anytime soon.
Thank you, Jordan.